Alright, so here we have an Audi S4 B8 oil pump. This engine threw a rod bearing, spun a bearing I should say, and I don't know if I've seen any videos out there on what the inside of these look like, so here we go. We took this apart and cleaned it, got all the grit out of it, refaced this, used a straight edge with the light under it to try to get as flat as possible. Then I had to actually go back and relieve this area where this spins even more. I'm not a machinist shop, but die grinder with a sanding wheel seemed to do just fine. It's pretty flat, but there were grooves worn into this from the debris. Alright, so here's what it looks like. You got this mechanism that offsets the rotation. Get in there. Okay, so the way this works, I believe it's pressure when you get, not really sure what that does, but see how that's offsets that. Alright, a little spring here. Okay, I just keep that out. Alright, now this cool little dude here, just stick that in there. Now when this thing rotates, judging by the witness marks, it goes clockwise. See a witness mark right there, so that tells me it's being pushed clockwise, going this way. Now if you look at these little paddles, see this stop here, that tells me, and you have a high lip and a low lip, so you got to get it in that slot, boom, you're in there. you know, being that this is the oil pump, it's probably the most lubricated piece on the whole car. All right. So this is connected to, see there's a check valve here with a spring behind it. That's all, that's not, I don't believe that's serviceable. I don't know that any of this is serviceable. Anyway, big spring, boom. And the shaft goes all the way through this. Okay, first test. Spins. Okay, so far so good. I remember these are pretty tight. Couldn't tell you the torque specs. But I know how to tighten a bolt. General rule of thumb, bolts this size with a T-handle, one-handed tight. Probably wasn't really a star pattern, but that's okay. Then again, I guess if you got girly hands, you might, your one hand tight might be a little weak. All right, let's test it. Turns free. Listen to that thing. Turns backwards, turns forwards. I mean, there's no in and out play. Nice. That tells me those paddles are right on that surface. All right. Oh, cleaning these. Where's my pick? So I had to get in here with one of those picks that have the sharp but kind of curled end, and I was able to hook right up under this edge, all the way up in the corner here, all the way around. And I got so much debris out of there, it wasn't even funny. But I mean, you know, ran the hose through this, brake cleaner, compressed air, dug out more stuff. At one point I had a bucket of soapy water and it was going like this, trying to get all the little debris out, you know, that was wedged between the screen and this corner. Again, you can look way right up in there and see it's all cleaned out. All right, salvaged it. This should be good to go. This is going to be like a new pump.